Hi friends! Hello! Happy New Year! Desmond has been very needy the last 10 minutes, so he finally settled in here on the gaming pillow. He's very happy. Congrats on first Abby dose. Congrats. We're actually gonna play a mystery game. First one of the year! Thank you! I had got it from someone for Christmas. Semper Ubi Sabooby! Oh, okay, now they're going. Both of them's. Cats. This is a new game. I've never played, never watched anyone play. I have no idea what to expect. So we're gonna learn together. Also, I got a new mic boom because Wheel ordered this thinking it would fit his desk and it didn't. So I was like, I'll take it. Congrats on last name. Fireplace is wonderful. It is a balmy 72.7 degrees in here. Feels amazing. It's awesome. Compared to the rest of the house, which is at 66. No, honestly, Bon, it doesn't actually feel like that in here because there's so much of a draft, honestly. That's just what the one in the corner says. That isn't near the draft. Feels great. And it looks really cute. We don't have fireplaces in our house that are at least open and usable. They're sealed up, which is probably a good thing because I'm pretty sure a raccoon lived in one when we first moved in. So yeah. All right, everyone have a good week. For those of you on the East Coast, are you prepared for Snowmageddon? I thought we were going to get snow here, but I think it turned out that it was going to be more rain than snow, which I'm fine with because I have to go to the grocery store and I don't want to fight everybody in the store for just anything. Good morning, Moritz. Welcome. Hope that you've had a good week. I have my new Semper Ubi Sabooby shirt that I got for Christmas that I want, sharing with everybody. Letting everyone get another minute or so before people had a chance maybe to join. But yeah, the holiday went by in a blur. I ate way too many cookies. And I definitely had a reaction to him because I started to break out. And then when I came home, I didn't have cookies and I stopped having breakouts. It's like, okay, I see how it is. Cookies have betrayed me. Cookies have betrayed me. Whoa. Desmond is going to town. All over the place, spent whole week looking for a place to rent. Oh, we're getting evicted? No! Finally approved. That could be a blessing that even though it may not be the exact one you want or hoped for, it is, like you said, it'll be fine. I'm sorry to hear that that's happened though. That's tough. I'm allergic to home. I don't think so. I just ate things I don't normally eat. It's really what it came down to. Or too much of things I don't normally eat. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Book day. Let's minimize that. That scared me for a second. I'm back up on call, so let's hope I don't actually get called. Ooh. All right. ABC Murders. I'm gonna turn the music down more. I don't know. It was on sale. I grabbed it. I have never watched it, played it, obviously, so I have no idea. A few adaptions. Oh, okay. I'm gonna assume it's the more recent one. I mean, it looks, I don't know. It looks like it. Hold on, I can tell you more. It says release date is 2016. So yeah. Collect ego points by acting in the same way as Hercule Poirot. What?
Some post for you, Poirot.
Mr. Hercule Poirot, you fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor thick-head British police? Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you'll find this nut too hard to crack. Look out for Andover on the 21st of the month. Yours extra, A.B.C.
Oh, it's some sort of joke.
Maybe. But please remind me to inform Chief Inspector Japp.
That eye looks weird. Me too. Wait, what was he circling? Have you seen the 50 trophies to unlock? They're in the bonuses.
It's here, Poirot. The murder took place in this street. Grim place indeed.
Tout à fait, Hastings. The streets of Andover are in a terrible state.
Look, there's Chief Inspector Japp. He's talking with a policeman.
Let us try not to get our shoes wet.
Smart. Some objects in your inventory can be modified. See whether an icon of a hand is displayed on the side. Go and meet Japp. Click on a zone in the scenery to go there when the cursor changes. Okay, so point and click, thank you. I love it already. What's that? Okay. I have a checklist. Okay. Little gray cells. Is the theft the motive for the crime? Here you're making Poirot's little gray cells work. The aim is to answer the questions he asks himself by establishing the links between the clues in the order to deduce the answer. Whoa. Okay. Hover the cursor over clues to see their descriptions. Click on the clue with the left mouse button to select or deselect them to answer the question. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Watch where you step, man. Oh my god.
Over here, it's Hastings and Poirot. You missed the 9 o'clock train?
We took the 10:30. Luckily, the service is good to Andover.
So, Chief Inspector, what do we have?
The victim is called Alice Asher. She owned this tobacco shop. She was killed yesterday with a blow to the back of the head.
At what time?
Let me just check.
I was like, where is he checking? Take advantage of moments when a person you are with is busy. In order to observe him or her, you will obtain clues about their state of mind and personality. Left click and hold on Jap, then hold and move to the left. Okay. Find 3 clues that agree with Hercule Poirot's remark. Move the mouse to guide your gaze.
Is Jap being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it.
What?
Indeed, Poirot. We were used to seeing you judge people with more discretion.
Oh my gosh, the third? I would think his hands. Oh.
Jap is in a good mood. I bet he thinks he's already caught the culprit.
The last customer to see Mrs. Asher alive left her shop at 5:30. The body was found at around 11 in the evening by an officer doing his rounds. The shop door was open. That's what alerted him.
Had anything been taken?
A little tobacco maybe, but you'd hardly murder for a few smokes. There's nothing of any real value in the shop.
What type of woman was Mrs. Asher?
In her 50s, married but separated, no children.
Her husband?
Aha, Franz Asher, the husband. Alcoholic and violent. It's said that he regularly insulted his wife and threatened to kill her.
A little too easy, don't you think?
You like complications, don't you? Well, this time you may be disappointed.
Peut-être.
I did see the
May I
rat.
examine the crime scene?
Of course, old chap.
I'll be with you in a minute, Poirot.
And that one too. Click on the arrow on the bottom right corner to display menu and okay, yeah. Very nice. Inspect the crime scene.
This fruit and vegetable shop has a front row seat, therefore, an employee might have noticed something.
Mm-hmm. Reconstruction. In the bonuses, you'll be able to watch reconstruction of each crime. Oh. Observe the object from all angles by holding, click, and moving the mouse.
It's not just any railway guide. It's an
Oh, sorry. I'm clicking the wrong thing, obviously. Mubby.
It's not just any railway guide. It's an ABC. It's open at the letter A. There are no prints on the book. Red liquid is oozing out. Is it blood?
No.
No. It's just some strawberries that are losing their juice. They probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite.
I mean, were there 3 specifically here?
Red liquid is oozing out. Is it
Okay,
blood?
we already know, buddy.
No. It's... The place is unusually
It
tidy
is
for a crime
3.
scene.
No, it is not. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Observation success. All right, we gotta go back here. Are those handprints?
The counter is covered with fingerprints all on top of one another. Unfortunately, it will not be possible to use them.
How do we explain the presence of ABC guide on the counter?
There are cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf. There are cigarettes packets. She has a packet of Play cigarette next to her hand. Did she drop it when she fell? This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood. I can't see any other mark on the floor. She just has one wound on the back of the head. There are no other wounds or signs of a struggle. This poor woman... The body is hidden by the counter and is not visible from the tobacco shop store.
Mm-hmm.
Many customers must have thought that Mrs. Asher had popped out.
So, Poirot, any news?
So, an ABC guide with no fingerprints but prints all over the counter.
Normally, the tobacco shop does not sell ABC guides.
Exact. Mon ami, could you have a word with the neighbors? Some may have seen something.
Of course, my friend, I'll do it straight away.
One clue available. How do we explain the presence? Well, I definitely think that's one of them. Hold on. Oh, jeez. So, how am I supposed to do something with that? Okay, we'll come back to that. Objects hide secrets behind complex mechanisms. Oh, it is up to you to decipher them in order to find out what they are hiding. Observe the object from all angles by holding click and moving the mouse. Zoom in by clicking on part of the object with the left button of the mouse. Zoom out using the right. Some elements move by holding the left click and moving it. Okay.
The till does not appear to have been touched. I have to check that nothing is missing from it.
Ah! Okay, which button am I supposed to freaking press?
It would be best to examine the rest of the till. Something is preventing the drawer from opening. It is blocked by something. Ah, a mechanism has just made a fan click.
That's a 5. 8. 5. I don't see another one. There might be one in the drawer. No, stop. I want you to push this. Oh, I guess I need to click that. Might be.
The till is full of money.
2.
There is something strange.
852.
Something is hidden underneath.
Yeah.
This must be the key to the back of the shop.
Let's go! To use an object inventory, slide it onto an element in the scenery. Objects that you stock in your inventory can be examined more closely. Click on the object in your inventory. Okay, gotta go to the bedroom next. Nothing really of significance on it. Oh, I can't click things. I thought it was just whenever there was an icon.
There are cigarettes packets in a mess on the shelf. The door is locked.
Okay, come on, buddy. Okay, I'll get it eventually. Obviously.
What a strange box. It looks
It's
like
locked.
you have to slide the slats of wood to open it. This button appears to activate a mechanism. It is blocked.
Hmm.
It is blocked.
Okay, well, how many buttons are there on this thing?
That should do it.
Okay, that was Trixie. No, buddy. Open it. There you go.
Who is this young woman?
That's a great question. Uh-huh.
To my dear Aunt Alice, Mary Drower.
Wasn't
Have
done
you
looking.
found anything?
Yeah.
The victim has a niece. We must find her.
Okay. Three ego points. Oh, for looking in a mirror? That's funny.
This interior is very simple.
I feel like when it does that vignette, I must be close to it. Yeah, okay.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Mm-hmm.
An inscription in German. Souvenir of our honeymoon in the Black Forest. To my Alice forever, Franz Asher. The Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young. Did Alice Asher suffer from nosebleeds?
Kind of looks like it.
Blood.
Blood. Blood. Why is that picture tilted? Does that not bother you, Poirot? Oh.
Such a pretty decoration should be at the center of the motif to respect the symmetry. The wooden flower is preventing the circle.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a faint sound as if something was unlocked.
Yeah, probably.
It is blocked.
Hmm. Such a strange noise. Hello? Okay, what changed and why isn't this letting me do a thing? anymore. Maybe it's the click noise that I need, not the other one. Okay, that one clicked. Oh. Ego points!
Medicine. Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman. From Mr. Adam Flint, Royal Bank, Eastfield Road,
Ouch.
Andover. To Mrs. Alice Asher, 5 Bishops Road, Andover. Dear Mrs. Asher, further to your request of 12 February 1935, I have informed my superiors of your wish to apply for a loan to acquire the lease of the shop you rent from Mr. Fairfax. Despite the seriousness of your case, I regret to inform you that your request has been denied. The amount of your personal contribution, £11, is not high enough and represents too small a part of the final transaction. I remain at your disposal for any questions. Adam Flint. Mrs. Asher's meager savings were not enough for her to own the tobacco shop, but will largely cover her funeral costs. Let us now try and get our brand cells to work.
Oh, goodness. Is theft the motive for the crime? I would say no. Okay, I get it now.
The motive is definitely not financial gain. There is no sign of a struggle, and the till has not been forced or emptied. I think I've looked everywhere here. Let us see if I can find any more information in the shop's surroundings.
If you say so. So he's definitely not going to consider the Mr. Man. No. Go back. But how do I undo that? Poopy.
£4 a lettuce, a lovely large lettuce, 4p only.
I gotta be
This woman
quick.
appears to be a smoker.
Boom.
She's a big smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop. Your strawberries appears to be rather soft.
Soft? The cheek of it. What are you trying to say?
Did you know Alice Asher well?
And for starters, who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot, the detective.
You're foreign, that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you. And you're here about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
Please try and help me, madame.
Why should I help you? For your beautiful moustache? Heh. Come on, move along now. You're scaring away my customers.
Please, do not be ridiculous. I know that you went to the tobacco shop yesterday.
Well?
It is your duty to tell me if you saw something unusual.
Who do you think you are telling me what to do?
Gonna tell
Get
you.
away from my stall!
A bottle of poor quality vinegar. The smell could awaken the dead.
You again? I've nothing to say. Strawberries, 6 pence a pound.
Hey, Poirot. Is the greengrocer causing trouble?
Yeah,
I'll sort her out.
do it.
No, please, leave her, Chief Inspector. I'll get her to talk later.
I found the victim's niece. She's waiting for you in the back of the shop.
Thank you, mon ami.
That's
I'll question
fast.
her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. No, because the floor was too clean. Yeah. Oh, yes, she was, I meant. Of
Mrs.
course.
Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt.
Oop. What was Mrs. Asher doing when she was killed? Can we establish the time range in which she was killed? How to explain the presence? Okay, we still haven't figured that out. Okay.
Japp had the body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable. Is her grief sincere? She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile.
Fragile. Okay.
You were very fond of your aunt, am I right?
She was the only family I had since my mother died.
Your aunt did not have any children, is that correct?
No, she was separated from her husband.
What do you think about Franz Asher, your aunt's husband?
He never left her alone. Poor aunt. She used to drop by all the time and make a scene.
Was your aunt afraid of her husband?
He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him. He was afraid of her, if you like.
Oh.
Did your aunt enjoy good health?
She had a bad throat, but she was well cared for by a doctor in London.
Does Franz Asher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
What does he live on?
My aunt used to give him 5 shillings a week.
Why did she support such a goods for nothing?
He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle. Please take this young lady home.
My pleasure.
Well, this Franz Asher does not seem to be quite so dangerous as Jab says. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
Right. Find him? Okay. Oh, he's right there.
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I wonder what his wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
It's Alice Asher's notebook. Ah, that's interesting. It probably contains information about our possible debtors and creditors.
Probably.
Bodley. The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband.
Silky legs?
A box of new stockings. He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Give him some strawberries? Go get some water from the pot? Do I get more ego points? No.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
I was gonna get a bowl of water or something and like see maybe if we could throw it at him.
is not in any Nothing suggests any sign of a fight. A bottle of
Yeah, pick it up.
Your fruit is rotten.
What? A foreigner dares to say that?
He's just
According
gonna
to the victim's account
throw
book,
it.
you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Chap to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. Do you want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
So she was already dead at 6.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Can we establish the time range in which Miss Asher was killed? Yeah. So I think I don't know if I would trust the declaration by this chief inspector, but she said 6 p.m. Fine. What? What? Fart. I mean, I seriously think it was between 5:30 and 6. Don't itch. Slap it. Brute force it. Brute force it. Brute force it. You'll be fine. Oh no. Wait, no. Oh my gosh, what? How? What? Was killed between 5:30 and 11:30 in the evening. No. See, I think it's between 5:30 and 6, but fine. Can we reduce the time range? I know, I was. Thank you. What? 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 That's what I said. Oh. I'm not talking about like slap, slap, slap. Just like tap, tap, tap. Abydos.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
It is rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbors, and
No one's seen anything? Or rather, it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
no.
He said
Yeah.
nothing.
We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again. This man is in rather a bad state. This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol. Care for a cigarette, monsieur?
What's that? Scented cigarettes? No thanks.
Bien. I was trying to be friendly, but you are quite right. Let us get down to business. You threatened to kill your wife, and now she is dead.
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
So, if
Thought
things
he
were
was
going
German.
so well with your wife, why did you not live with her?
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
You can't have treated her very well for her to run away.
No, sir, no. I
You
wouldn't
sit
say
on a
I'd ever
throne
laid a
of
finger on her,
lies.
but it was only normal. She was my wife.
Are you often involved in fights?
I don't know what you mean.
Asher, look me in the eye and tell me that you were in a fight.
I'm looking. No, I wasn't in a fight.
You are right. Looking at the state of you, you did not defend yourself. So someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him?
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What was Mrs. Archer doing when she was killed? Taking a packet of cigarettes from the shelf. Nailed it!
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as she turned around to serve him.
Why is it a he?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Oh, how do we explain the presence of the ABC guide on the counter? It was the fruit lady? I don't know. Left by the murderer as a signature. Yeah. I don't think we know who it is
Murderer
yet.
deliberately left behind this ABC as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Asher's alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You can never trust this sort of chap.
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he is not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's resume, Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Oh, okay. We're going to reconstruct it. Oh my gosh, there's cat hair all over this mic. Reconstruct the crime's course of events by selecting the actions that the killer may have executed.
The killer enters the shop. Mrs. Asher turns around to greet a customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. he seizes the opportunity to strike her.
He then places the ABC on the counter before leaving.
The ABC was not found like that. We are not far from the solution, Hastings. Would you mind if we thought about it a little more?
He flipped it around. Failed. Well, turned around
The
makes
killer
different.
enters the shop.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
Turn around makes it sound like they were turning around, not the book. That was
He then
misleading.
places the ABC upside down before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Success.
Asher has a strong alibi, and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover Police.
See you soon, then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home. There's nothing for us here.
Didn't really give Hastings a chance to answer.
Well, do you have any idea about the killer's identity?
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes.
What?
He has a slight limp on the right foot and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
How do you know that?
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like,
Thank
nor
you.
where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
I thought I heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
I will go and see.
Woo! Aw, thanks for the like, Logie.
Daily Flicker, June the 22nd, 1935. Battle over control of bank system. What will the government do for money? Andover, murder of a tobacconist. Ah, some cool air. It is not the right time.
Okay. Where are you going? I didn't click all the way over there. So in that cutscene that we saw,
Hampshire, population 31,200 inhabitants.
it looked like he had circled something. And in that copy we had, there wasn't anything circled.
Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The Andover affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? But the fun has only just started. I would like to draw your attention to Bexhill-on-Sea on the 25th of this month. We're having a crazy time. Best wishes, ABC.
Like a double strike that I...
The next crime will be in Bexhill. We must warn Jap to Scotland Yard.
Did the letter indicate anything that might help the police?
To be honest, I think we can already guess something about the next victim. But I need to think about it a little more.
So, comparing the first and second letters.
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects.
Yes?
Let us examine the characters in this word. Yes, this I is weird. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Well, the A is at an odd angle.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
How many do you want? Okay. I thought the W as well, but I don't see one in the first one to compare it to. This is the capital letters. I don't think that's strong enough. Oh, you're talking about the lowercase w? Lowercase w. Yeah.
The W is not printed properly. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Both letters were written on the same typewriter and show the same characteristics.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Oh. I mean, the A does kind of stand out. Yep. Oh, her name is Alice, too. Should remember that. Yeah. What can we guess about the next victim? There'll be a B.
So, Poirot, have you found something?
Oui, I believe so. But I am afraid it is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Japp. I will explain there. It's impossible to get through to Scotland Yard.
Okay. Are you suggesting we go there? Kind of weird. A little clunky in that mechanic. Go to Scotland Yard.
It may be time to go to Scotland Yard.
Okay, cool.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Taxi! Where you going, miss? In London.
Jap has invested a great deal in his career.
Was he say sharpshooter?
Jap is an investigator greatly respected by his peers. Like all hunters, Hastings has always been fascinated by weapons.
Let me go stand right next to you.
Jap appears to be snowed under.
Oh.
Jap appears to already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters. Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the two letters. There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
I suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
What on earth makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received a letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So, it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien, we should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Yeah, because they definitely had really great records for them to make a full list.
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Jap, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill.
Mm.
An ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Poirot.
Do not be offended, Hastings. I can see Jap waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
Walrus mustache.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. And we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can
What?
see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
Ah. Ah.
There is no doubt about it. Bexhill has one of the most beautiful beaches in the area.
This crab is wild. The crab did it. Look how sketch that is. That is a sus looking crab if I've ever seen it. Ooh, gross. Stay over there, crab. No, I said stay over there.
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Yeah.
She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it. These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth. This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock. The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange.
That is weird.
Either the murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times. Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How was the victim killed? Are you serious? Strangled by surprise with her own belt.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What are the common points between Andover and Bexhill? Kind of seems obvious. Okay. Are the crimes in Andover and Bexhill the work of the same murderer? Yes. Not sure what the newspaper had to do with that, but okay.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
Yeah, you dumb.
This hut is locked.
Yeah, she's got the key on her.
This hut is locked.
We're going through every one of them, y'all.
This hut is locked.
Want to guess which one's not locked? Thinking. Seven 1 5.
A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
Boom. No, come on, buddy. Flip it up. And then a flippity flop. Thank you. Ego points.
The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top-brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance.
I mean, we're not looking
as well
at
as
it.
a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me.
Betty's first day of work. Mom is proud.
Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Yeah, you can see the boat still.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly
Maybe a little
further
bit.
along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
I mean, we
This
should
hut
check.
is locked.
Thank you. I was like, let's not like walk away, buddy.
Could it be the same buildings as on the victim's photo?
Yeah.
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
Nailed it. Okay.
This is definitely where the photo
Okay,
I
but-
found in the hut was taken.
Why can't we go and do something else over here?
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town.
Okay. Was that supposed to be a house?
Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture, although personally I prefer more modern buildings.
Go to the Ginger Cat. Oh, I thought I was.
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
The way he walks is weird.
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
Okay, you have to click in a weird place. Or it's gonna keep doing that trigger.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of
Right?
place, and above all, no creases.
Why is this table not set? What's over here? It's like half a room.
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is... What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work. Something tells me that she's the owner of the Ginger Cat.
What does red hair have to do with it?
This woman must be the
Ginger?
owner of the Ginger Cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own. These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?
Betty. She's got a very distinct handwriting.
This page won't help me. Where is Betty? Betty
do you
worked
mean?
from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service? Betty worked from 11. Most probably a family. This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one. No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just one of these 2 times.
Okay, great.
This bill may have been written by Betty. Most
Whiskey.
probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer? No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just one of these 2 times.
I see. I misunderstood the point here.
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer?
It's a weird puzzle.
This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
That's 720.
Most probably a family. Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
Jeez. Not... Okay. Whatever.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
Mrs. Weasley?
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
She does seem like she would respond well to this. Because she wouldn't know about the relationship, right? She just said private life was up to them, so...
I find young people today very hard to understand.
You needn't tell me that. A few weeks ago, they argued just outside the cafe. Imagine what my customers must have thought.
I hope for you that it was an isolated incident. It must be difficult to keep a respectable establishment if your staff show themselves to be so shameless.
The young man only made a scene the once. Jealousy, no doubt. It must be said the young girl was very pretty.
Thank you for your time, Mademoiselle Mérion. You have been of great help.
The customer who ordered the whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
Do we know where she lives? Oh, that's right. No, that's right. Okay. Oh my god, the mechanic is kind of weird.
With all these tourists, these shops must be thriving.
Convenient how, like, literally where she lives is right next to where she works and where she was found. What is coming out of the sewer?
How do you do, mademoiselle? My name is Hercule Poirot.
I know you. You're that detective we hear all about.
I do not know if that is a compliment, but I will take it as one for now.
Yeah, it's in the
You are
script.
Betty's sister, I believe.
Yes. My name is Megan.
Can we come in?
Please do. My parents are at the police station.
Whoa,
I doubt
those
they'll
are
be
some
able to
scary
speak to
eyeballs.
you later.
Oh my god.
Do not worry, we will not bother them.
The eyeballs.
Did you know your sister's plans for yesterday evening?
No. I arrived by train this morning. My parents called me in a panic when they discovered that Betty had disappeared. She went out last night, but she didn't tell them where she was going.
What was your last conversation about?
Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother brought her a pair. The very day it happened. She was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Oh, Mummy.
That was a weird thing to say.
Family photos and files. This gramophone is magnificent. It is a one-off, without a doubt.
Okay. What is she looking at?
The Barnard appear to make music a priority in their budget.
Okay. Sure.
Their home is modest, but the Barnards are definitely music lovers.
Go check yourself out there, Poirot. Can't talk. Look at yourself. There you go. Give me some points. Ego points? Thank you. Let's go stare at her for a bit.
What is she feeling at the moment?
Mr. Poirot, I don't like being stared at. If you have something to say, would you please say it to me?
Hey, Heartless Shroom. The little grey cells are...
Betty's older sister is not just sad.
They're
She's
not as
angry.
hard as I thought they were going to be at first.
Did Betty go out often?
My sister
Free.
wasn't a child, sir. She used to go out. She enjoyed films, dancing. She was a very good girl who didn't hang around with men. That's what they always say, no?
I am not interested in what people say. I am interested in the truth, Mademoiselle Barnard.
Yes.
If you only knew how much I would like to talk with someone who does not know that your sister is dead and who could provide me with a true portrait of her beyond the formalities.
The truth.
Her eyes
So
are
my sister
floaty.
was a silly little fool. I tried to reason with her, but she behaved like an idiot.
Finally, thank you.
In what way?
She used to say that if she was going to marry Don, she might as well have some fun now.
I understand. Please continue.
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, excuse me, I have to answer that.
But of course.
Betty's room is opposite the stairs on the first floor. Feel free to take a look if you think it might be useful.
This young woman is far too clever not to have anything else for us.
Do you think she's hiding something?
Kind of feels like it.
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Surely you don't think she did it?
I did not say anything of the sort. But young women always ruin your judgment, Hastings.
Mm.
Who knows, maybe Megan was jealous of her attractive young sister.
I see. She may have had her sights on the inheritance. Or maybe she was in love with
I was gonna
Donald
say-
Fraser.
We have to study all scenarios, even the most unlikely. But I doubt that Mr. and Mrs. Barnard are rich enough to justify murder. While I try and get Miss Barnard to talk, I would like you to try and find Donald Fraser. It should be easy to find the estate agents where he works. Bring him to the Ginger Cat. I would like to talk with him before the chief inspector finds him.
How's work been? Hopefully not too hectic with after the holidays. Busy as usual. 25 patients today? Sheesh.
It looks like Betty was also a music lover, the same as her family.
Oh, metronome.
Without a doubt, Betty used to sing. A box of new stockings. It looks like Betty has a very busy life.
That is a lot of stuff.
Betty liked luxury and going out, and being as pretty as she was, she probably did not have any problem getting herself invited.
Several
Looking
outfits.
at all the clothes she took out, Betty must have had a problem deciding what to wear. Maybe she had a date? A record sleeve with a handwritten title. Betty must have recorded the demo. I'd be interested to hear
Demo.
it.
The recent ones I have.
Something on this clock bothers me.
Is it there's something
Strange.
sticking out?
A sheet of paper is blocked in the clock.
Because I do enjoy the.
What a strange mechanism. I
The
don't
new
think
ones?
it serves to turn the hands.
I just watched The Haunting in Venice, and out of the three, that was probably not my favorite.
The cogs are blocked by these.
No, not because it was scary. It was just, it didn't feel right. I didn't think that it was very jumpy.
The cogs are blocked.
I'm aware that where like what are we gonna do about it?
The cogs are blocked. The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels. This metal disc is stuck. This leg is not well attached.
What?
This wooden panel is...
Okay, but what just happened?
This decoration appears to be firmly fastened.
Oh, okay. Nile is the best. The room all over again, right? It totally just yeets whatever it was. I personally really like Murder on the Orient Express. That was one of my favorite books when I read it.
This decoration appears to be...
Now, I would love for them to do And Then There Were None. I think it's one of my favorites of hers, of her books. I have no idea what. No, that's not what I meant. I meant to look at this. Did that do anything? Nope. Heartless, when you say it wasn't written by her, which are you talking about? Venice? Oh, see, I wondered about that because I didn't recognize it. It seemed too paranormal for her. Bottom button on the right side. Oh, it's a fanfic.
This wooden panel is blocked. This decoration appears...
Oh, well, I didn't check the bottom ones.
This decoration appears... This decoration appears...
Yeet!
Good. It should be possible to open the wooden panel.
Yeet!
Look, a key.
Okay.
This could be useful.
Yeah, it could. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? 3122. Still haven't done that yet.
It's locked.
Can't check that off yet. Oh,
The
see?
central cog is blocked.
Yeah. So this is gonna be like 3, 1, 2, 2. Yeah. Hey, there we go.
The central cog is...
Okay. Here, come on. My shirt, yeah. It says Semper Ubi Sabubi.
This metal disc is... I definitely need an object.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, but where? This clock isn't making any sounds. Get you a soft drink.
Strange. Is she?
Now you've done it. You made me turn around. What the heck, cat? Calm down in there. What the duck wheel? He's not even here. Sempre Ubi Sabubi. That's right. That was the shirt.
A new lock has appeared. What does it open?
I'm sorry, what?
This metal disc is stuck.
Nice. And that was the Oh wait, what? A new lock has appeared? I'm confused. That one was from Haunted Carousel. A new lock has appeared? What? Where? I can't see through you, Etsy. Sit your butt, please. Okay, so it's not letting me put the key except for there.
Ah, something clicked
What?
on the front of the clock.
I did that earlier. What the heck?
This could be useful.
I don't know what this is. We just pulled it out. Betty.
I enjoyed a wonderful evening in your company, and I hope that we will see each other again very soon. D. My dearest Betty, I know that your art is already spoken for, but you are the most beautiful dancer I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am impatient to see you again.
Oh.
Adrian.
Okay. Oh.
Betty,
No.
I enjoyed a wonderful evening in
Stop.
your My dearest Betty, I know that your art is already spoken for.
Ah! Before dating apps, that's right.
This small key should be useful to me.
Ooh.
I've finished with this subject.
Are you?
Medicine to prevent voice loss. Did Betty have problems with her voice?
Thank you. That's what I was trying to click.
A record sleeve with
Oh, I thought there was something on the thing. Okay. Pretty sure we looked at all this. listen to Betty's record. We got the key.
Let us see. What is this cupboard hiding?
Cupboard. When he said it was weird. 4211. Okay. Yes.
This looks like solfège. This looks like solfège.
Yeah, but why?
I cannot open it. That doesn't work. I must have
forgotten a step.
There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
Yes, there is. Maybe it's this one. Whoop. I'm fairly sure I was right, but let me go back here. Fine. 4 of those, see? I was right. Maybe I picked the 3. Maybe I picked the wrong one.
There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
Oh, 3 of them. Maybe. Math is good.
There is bound
Kids
to be a clue.
Stay in school. It is not going to be 3 of the same. I thought that at first as well, but looking at this, I realized that's not the case. So, 1 rest. Whole rest, half rest, 1 beat, quarter of a beat, 16, that's going to be an 18th, an 8th note, and a 16th note, 8th note, 6th note, 16th note. No, 32nd note. That's what these are. So in 1 measure of 4/4, you would have 4 of these, 8 of these, 16 of these, and 32 of those. Right, so this is what the equal sign says. So we would need 3 others that would equal this. Right. So it's either got to be an 8th note, a 16th, or a 32nd combination. So a whole rest, half rest, quarter rest, 8th rest, 16th rest, 32nd. This is equal to 1 beat. Eighth rest plus 2/16. Yeah, I think that's, well, I don't remember that being an option. That's, I think, part of what was, let me go back and look at it again. We definitely
There
have
is
6.
bound to be a clue somewhere.
Yes. I don't know if there was an 8th. Oh, there is. Dang it. I missed it. Sorry.
I heard the sound of a mechanism being triggered.
Mommy! Let me look at this 78T. Gotta go around the horn.
I just have to put the record on the gramophone and start it. That doesn't work.
Okay, you just told me to put it on there.
It looks like something goes in here.
You get mad at me.
That doesn't work. I must have...
Oh, there's the button. Can I push it now? Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, Donald. We're in the middle of recording.
Oh, saucy.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should risk your voice.
What?
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
His voice was so bad.
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice. Of course, she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
Oh, snap. She does love... She does love Donald. Oh, no.
She is looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner? They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Donald appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
I am not your enemy, Mademoiselle Bernard.
And you are not my friend either, Mr. Poirot, sir.
Whoa, what?
Yes, but your lies are not helping Mr. Fraser, or you, for that matter. I know that Fraser was jealous, but I wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Protect him? I hope you're not suggesting...
That you are Fraser's accomplice? There is nothing to suggest that, at least not yet. It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man, slightly reserved too, and as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago, but they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man.
Oh.
It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking and kept saying one day...
Well?
He'd commit murder.
Do you think that is what happened?
No, Mr. Poirot, I don't believe that. You yourself said he may be a recidivist madman. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle Barnard. Thank you for your help.
The facial animations are just a little distracting, I have to say.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now. Au revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If you say so.
Oops. Oh, Grey's matter. Okay, fine. What had Betty planned to do with her evening? I mean, she had lots of stuff. I'm offered earthquake coverage for insurance. You know, if I remember correctly, Free, you said you live in Cali, right? California? I don't know. I would feel like we haven't had... I'm not trying to jinx you, obviously. It's been a while since that's occurred in the US. And so many of the I'm thinking specifically of was that Norway? I think it was Norway. And Japan, they've had some pretty big ones lately. Is it an expensive edition? Yeah, I'm curious. We don't have those as often on the East Coast. So is it expensive? Did Betty know her assailant? Probably because it looked like she trusted whoever it was or didn't expect them to be strangling her. Yeah.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
More? With more? What is Megan Bernard's behavior hiding? I think she loves Donald. Yeah. Not really. I mean, if it's not terrible expense, then I would feel Like it's worth it then. Better safe than sorry. Did Megan have a motive for killing her sister? God, Arno. Jealous of Betty. Let's go talk to Fraser in this horrible accent.
You've seen Fraser, Hastings. What is your feeling?
He's a big chap. Fragile isn't exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he's a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
He like walks on his toes. And he has like a weird SpongeBob sound.
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions. This man looks suspicious.
Oh.
Leave me alone.
An anxious man will...
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night.
I imagine that
And he's drinking White Horse.
it would be a hard industry to work in. Not be.
Leave me alone.
Falcon eyes.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
Whoa. His eyes are too big for his head.
If she had listened to you, she would still be alive. Should I take that to be a confession?
Whoa.
With that sort of thinking, you must send a lot of innocent men to prison. Under different circumstances, I might even find you amusing, sir.
It's no time for amusement, Mr. Fraser. It is time to find your fiance's killer. Did you know what her plans were for the evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
And you believed her?
And why not, sir? She was my fiancée.
That did not stop her from lying to you before. Betty was not a bad girl, but she did like to take advantage of her success with men.
How dare you sully her memory?
Her memory! Oh god, this is such a horrible voice.
Please excuse me if I appear to be brutal. I understand that this is a difficult time for you.
So you understand why I don't feel like talking, Mr. Poirot?
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Did Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? Jealousy. Well, Free, hopefully you didn't jinx yourself there. Does Donald have an alibi? I mean, it literally says he does not. What? He's just drawn that way. Well, his eyeballs could have been drawn different, that's for sure. Does Donald have a motive for all the murders? Yeah, I don't think so. No motive for Alice. Return to Grimson. Let's see if he'll talk to me first.
No need to insist. I was certainly...
Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on in there? Cats are making a ruckus.
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Japp to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
Okay.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
I mean, I don't think that she was killed right there.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
Miss Betty enters the hut.
No. It wasn't hut number 5.
6.
Let us think again, mon cher.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
Now she changes.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code.
The killer tries to remove his victim's belt. She panics and tries to stop him. She runs away, pursued by her assailant.
Yeah.
No, there is no sign of a chase. Things must have happened differently. Let us think again, mon cher.
I mean, how does the belt come off then? Sorry, everybody, we're gonna go through
The
this.
killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
Okay, now change.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code. They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
Okay, thank you.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened. Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by timing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
So we are oh, there's a clue button. We're gonna stop there. And I've achieved 11 out of 50 achievements so far. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely it's got some challenge, but not a lot. So give it some more time, obviously, to make any full opinion about it, but okay, it's going. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern to continue our ABC Murders game. So hopefully y'all can hang out then. It looks like it's photoshopped. It's not photoshopped.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Abidos. It puts out some good heat. It's 74 in here. Oh my gosh. It's probably because the heat just turned off. I heard it turn off a moment ago. So yeah, y'all have a good evening. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Super Ruby.